Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in this reading, I'm going to give you clear insight on his first impressions of you. I will share with you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Let's get straight into your reading. Meditate here on the three piles and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This would be 1, 2, and 3. Let's get straight into your reading. Hello, beautiful group 1, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in your reading, I'm going to give you clear insight on his first impressions of you. I will share with you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Let's get straight into your reading. So I can see here your energy. You're naturally drawn to the card representing the pentagram. So what I'm picking up straight off is his first impression of you is that you are a calm person. Your resonance is about like harmony, and he feels like you actually were protecting your energy upon first impression. You're protecting yourself. You're not allowing anyone to just be a part of your space. And he also idealized you. So like upon first impression, he saw you for what he wanted to see you as. So he saw you as someone that offers a sense of security for him, an ideal partner in a relationship. So let's get more specifics. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. His first impressions of you. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions. And you have here the King of Coins. So with the King of Coins energy, this is earth sign energy. So there's Taurus here, Capricorn, and Virgo. In the top placements of the birth chart, in the sun, moon, or rising signs, the 7th house of relationships, or even the planet Venus in your birth chart, or the top placements of his birth chart, as a confirmation in this reading, but specifically with the King of Coins energy, his first impression that he did get from you is that, see, you're solid. You're someone that that would be very loyal in a relationship. He felt like you're very down to earth and very practical as well, and even wise. He felt like you're someone that invests in yourself. And he felt like also you would be a good investor or when it comes to like your money or your finances. You have knowledge when it comes to the application of like your finances or your career. You have your head on straight and you know exactly what you want to do as it does relate to your bag and your money growing. So he feels like you're very intelligent in the financial area. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. His first impressions. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the white sage. So with the white sage, I love the white sage showing up because this energy represents like the wisdom that he feels like you have. He felt like, you know things about him that he didn't tell you. He didn't offer the information to you, but for somehow he feels a little funny. He feels like there's something very mysterious about you that you can read him as well. And you know things that he did not tell you. So he feels like definitely you have this sense of like this greater intuition where you're very connected to your intuition and you trust your intuition. And he knows this about you. He feels like he has a couple of secrets, but he feels like you already know what the secrets are, even if he does not share those with you as well. Thank you, Spirit. I love this energy showing up in correlation with the King of Coins. That's a wonderful confirmation. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. His first impressions of you. And you have here tenderness. Oh, yes. This is the insight from the first card that you're naturally drawn to, where, upon first meeting you, he got the impression that, you don't like drama. You like things to go smooth in your relationship connections. And if there's drama, you're out of there. You're out of there. So with the tenderness energy here, this is the energy that activates your capacity to open your heart and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. So he felt like you would be vulnerable. You would offer him this gentle connection. You can offer him that. But this guy has his guards up. He has his guards up. He's not someone that wears his heart on his sleeve. So he's very protective about showing you his vulnerable side. So he won't do that at all. But there's something tender about him that he is yearning to express with you. And he knows that the gentleness approach is exactly what it has to be if he wants to connect with you on that deeper level of a romantic lover partnership. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get more insight. His first impressions of you. His first impressions. What are they, Spirit? His first impressions. The devil energy. So with the devil energy, let me just say, above first impression, he is obsessed with you. He's obsessed with you. And just meeting you, first off, it was like he had this sense of like, he was jealous of or envious of anyone that you may be interested in or showing attention to other than him. He's just like that. And you picked up on his energy as well, that he could be jealous. You picked that up upon first impression. And yes, he thought that you picked it up as well. I do want to say that he has a strong lustful attraction for you, even upon first impression, but he tried not to let it show. He tries not to let that part come across, but he thinks about you all the time in that way. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impression of you. His first impression of you. And you have here the desert. With the desert energy. This is earth energy as well. And I love the correlation with the King of Coins, representing those earth zodiac signs, and the desert energy. Thank you, Spirit. So earth energy, there's that Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo showing up again in this reading. This desert energy is really about, he felt like, again, you're solid. You are practical. You're someone that he can rely on, and you are extremely hot. You are extremely hot in that way, in that alluring way, that sexual energy attraction. So this is quite interesting how the desert card, which the deserts are always scorching hot or warm. And so it's quite interesting how the desert card showed up naturally after the devil card with his lustful desires for you and wanting to have you in that romantic essence. Thank you, Spirit. So let's get more insight. His first impressions of you. His first impressions of you. What are his first impressions? King of Swords. 2 king cards coming out. And this is a strong confirmation here with the King of Coins and the King of Swords showing up. Thank you, Spirit. I feel like upon first impression, he felt like he wasn't good enough for you. Like He couldn't measure up. He saw that you do have high standards and that you do know your worth. And so he felt like there's someone that may be in the shadows, or even if he does continue a relationship with you, he feels like there's someone that could be in the shadows that you would find better than him, that you would find, this person to be a better communicator than him, or this person may even be more intentional with his thoughts and strategics with his moves on you. So he was very intimidated upon first impression. And so that led to an insecurity and why he was so shut down, and you cannot get past this wall of communication, because he felt like, he kept thinking in the back of his mind, she definitely can have someone better than me. She can do way better than me. And he just kept thinking that over and over again. So group one, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, please leave a comment below, because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart and they make my day. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful group two, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in your reading, I'm going to give you clear insight on his first impressions of you. I will share with you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Let's get straight into your reading. So you are naturally drawn here, attracted to the card representing the earth element. And with the earth element, what I'm picking up is that he felt like upon first impression that you are a survivalist. That means like you're adaptable, okay, to anything that you may be challenged with. And he also felt like you're reliable. He felt like he's someone that people you care about can depend on you, and he can depend on you as well. With the earth element, this does represent those earth zodiac signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, in the top placements of the birth chart. The sun, moon, or rising signs, the seventh house of relationships, or the planet Venus in his birth chart, or the zodiac signs could be interchangeable in your birth chart as a confirmation here in this reading. Yeah, so he felt like you had been through like some sort of relationship challenge, maybe also a platonic relationship or even a romantic relationship, something you discussed with him that was quite challenging for you. And so he saw you as like this survivor, someone that is very strong, and down to earth, someone that he could relate to and talk to, and others could as well. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. What are his first impressions of you? You have here the Page of Wands. This is intriguing. This is how he felt. He's very passionate about you upon first meeting you. And it's like this fiery, passionate energy, something that he tried to contain as well. He tried very hard to keep his composure upon first meeting you. This Page of Wands energy, the Wand energy does represent the fire zodiac signs, so Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries in the top placements of his birth chart or your birth chart as well. But specifically here with this Page of Wands energy, he felt like you were like this person, very, very active, very creative as well. He felt like you have really good creative ideas, and he enjoyed listening to your ideas as well. It's kind of like you are at the time of this first impression with him, you were resonating really good with your inner child. So you very active, very free spirited. And so this is the energy that that he picked up straight off. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. His first impressions. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here Almathea. So with the Almathea energy, this is quite intriguing. I love the Almathea energy showing up because, see, he felt like you were like there's elements of you that represented every feminine energy. Like there's this song called I'm Every Woman, and it's by Whitney Houston. And so that's how he saw you. Like he saw you as active and sporty and feminine and talkative, but yet and still you could be very aloof, very distant. You could, you could crave like solitude and being alone. So he saw different elements of women within you. Thank you, Spirit. So let's get more insight. His first impressions of you. What are his first impressions? And you have here intuition. I felt like intuition was going to show up, especially with the Almathea energy. So it's quite intriguing how the intuition card laid naturally under Almathea, because intuition, that is ruled by the moon, and the moon rules over that zodiac sign of Cancer. So Cancer is it's significant here in this reading, either in his birth chart or your birth chart. So this is about like your nurturing energy. You feel like you are a nurturer. You're someone that could take care of him because you take care of yourself very well and the people that are close to you. So he felt like you could take care of him. But also, you see, the energy of intuition, that supports your ability to conceive the subtle language of the realms beyond the three-dimensional reality. So you could pick up things about him that he didn't tell you. Okay, you could pick up things about the outer realms, the unseen, energies. You can feel energy when you walk into the room. You can read energy like nobody's business. You know whether or not he's shady. You know whether or not he is sincere. And he doesn't even have to open his mouth. And he felt like you had a very strong intuition, felt like you could actually see through him. And actually, he was kind of like afraid as well, because it's like this mysterious vibe that you do give off. And it was very strong upon first impression. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impression of you. His first impression. What's his first impression? Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the Pilgrim. You see, this is the Pilgrim. You're able to source, energy. You're able to source energy. And with the Pilgrim card showing up, this is like a duality personality that he felt like you do have. So you could be anybody that you choose to be. And there's so many things that are interesting about you that he picked up. So again, going back to Spirit giving us that insight moments earlier of how you can be outgoing, but at the same time, you can be distant and aloof. But yet, and still, you could be warm and sensitive, and also you can be cold and you can shut down. So it just really depends on how the energy is going as you do relate to him. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. His first impressions of you. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the Son of Cups. With the Son of Cups energy, this is about that emotional connection that he did have towards you. It's very very strong emotional connection. Spirit gave us that insight moments earlier about the nurturing energy, how he felt like you could take care of him. And so this is a nice confirmation with the Son of Cups. So he felt like there was something in you that that reminded him of someone that nurtured him as a child and as he was growing up, the good qualities of a nurturing, divine feminine energy. And so he did pick that up. He also picked up that you did allow him to express himself and to like be free and just really be himself. But there's something that he has experienced in his life where he does not fully trust, people. And even people he could know for a long time, he still does not trust those people. So he would not completely be transparent with you. And you thought that was, kind of shady, as it was, because he wanted you to be transparent with him. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impression of you. And you have here the 10 of Wands. So with the 10 of Wands energy, I love the 10 of Wands showing up. And it shows up naturally under the Page of Wands here. So you get the Page of Wands and the 10 of Wands. That's a very strong, passionate, fiery, go-getter, creativity energy that he did pick up from you. He felt like you're somebody that won't stop, can't stop, will not stop. You are a go-getter. And he was just really afraid like he couldn't match your energy. He does not have the type of energy that you do have. Felt like also that he couldn't keep up with you. Although he did, act like he could. You thought he could keep up with you, but he couldn't. He also felt like you're someone that, carried some sort of burden, some sort of, challenges. Like you always had a lot to do, and you have like a lot of responsibilities. So that's what he thought. He also thought that you could handle those responsibilities as well, which I find quite intriguing, especially with the earth element that you were naturally drawn here to, the survival instincts that he did pick up from you, your adaptability, and how you are reliable to yourself as well as those people that you do care about. So group 2, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, please leave a comment below because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart and they make my day. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful group 3, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in your reading, I'm going to give you clear insight on his first impression of you. I will share with you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Let's get straight into your reading. So I can clearly see here your energy. You're naturally attracted to the card representing the crop circles. So what I'm picking up upon first impression from him is that he was very curious about you. Very curious. And he was looking for signs to find out if you were curious about him. He's very interested in you, and he's also looking for signs to see if you're interested in him. And he wanted to know, like, if you're giving him any sort of messages by way of like your speech or communication with him, or even like your eyes. He really wanted to know what is behind your thoughts. What are you thinking? Can he pick up on whether or not you like him the way that he is interested in you? So let's get more insight. Also, before I continue, I do want to point out that the crop circle energy, it does represent the earth element of the zodiac. Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, and the top placements of the birth chart. The sun, moon, or rising sign, the 7th house of relationships, or the planet Venus in his birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation in this reading. So let's get more specifics. His first impressions of you. What are his first impressions of you? And you have here the 10 of Swords. So with the 10 of Swords energy, this is air zodiac energy. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini energy. So with it being the 10 of Swords, so let me just tell you this. What he did pick up is that upon first impression is that something may have taken place about you or, within your life, something challenging that changed you to the person you were at the time you did first meet him. Something changed you and something led to a complete overhaul and change of like a rock bottom. It's like maybe you had, there was some, I'm picking up a relationship of some sort. It could have been a platonic relationship of some sort, or maybe a romantic relationship where you found out something about someone and that changed you completely, because someone that you trusted in is not the same person that you believed them to be. And he knew that about you upon first impression, and he felt like you were just not going to tolerate going through that same cycle again of like a toxic relationship. You're not going to do that. And so let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impression of you, his first impressions of you. And you have here, daughter of the Sacred Heart. So daughter is extremely significant here in this reading. So this is about every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. So he really felt like yes, there's this warm and friendly, angelic vibe about you where, you're really loyal and you're really very trustworthy, and you want the best for everyone. But he feels like you're not the type of person that would judge someone that doesn't. Like, of course, you have your boundaries and you have your standards and you have your worth and your value. So you're not just gonna let anybody come into your life and play you, but also still you're not a judgmental person. That's what he picked up. And he also was thinking could you see the center side of him? Could you read him? Do you know exactly what he has done in his life? Because he's very judgmental of himself. And he just wondered, could you pick up that energy from him as well? With your high intuition that you are naturally blessed with. Spirit has downloaded high intuition into you from birth. So you have this high level of discernment. And he knows this about you. Thank you, Spirit. So let's get more insight. His first impressions of you. Tenderness. So with the tenderness card showing up, this is the energy of tenderness. And this energy, it activates your capacity to open your heart and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. And this is a very strong confirmation because Spirit just gave us that insight seconds earlier about how you're a very non-judgmental person. Now, that doesn't mean you don't like a little tea or to sip a little tea and give your opinion on, this, that, and the other. You do, as all of us do, but your heart is pure. Your heart is warm. You, at the end of the day, you want the best for everyone. And he just felt this vibe about you, like you're a really good, warm-hearted, fun-loving person, very gentle. I feel like he wishes that he could get some of that care from you because he's in need of care. And he thought that when he first met you, but he doesn't have the heart to say that to you at all. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. What's his first impression? You have here the Sun. So with the Sun card showing up, let me first point out that the Sun does rule over the zodiac sign of Leo. So Leo is extremely significant here in the top placements of your birth chart or his birth chart as a confirmation here in this reading. So with Leo here, he sees you as someone that's definitely very successful and can be super successful in the future. Someone that you have your head on right. He feels like you have a very bright and optimistic personality and outlook on situations and things like that. He also feels like he there would be a joyous outcome, like with if he were to like even at the first impression, like if he was relating with you, communicating with you, he felt like there would be a joyous outcome. Like even if you guys didn't remain friends or didn't remain lovers, he felt like you would go your separate ways in a peaceful, harmonious way. So the word harmony is extremely significant in this. And that word harmony is very significant in this energy. That's the vibe he picked up from you. Like, you are not a ish starter at all. And he's ran into a lot of ish starters, but you are definitely not. You're kind of like, hey, you can save that drama for somebody else because I am not here for it today. He just knows that about you. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions about you. What's his first impressions? You have here the warrior. So with the warrior energy, Taurus is extremely significant here in the reading. Taurus, a go-getter. He feels like too, like you're kind of stubborn, like he can't easily, he wouldn't be able to control you, to manipulate you, to tell you what to do. He felt like that upon first impression as well. But yet and still, he feels like, you know, you're very down to earth, very practical, very grounded, someone that people can easily approach and easily talk to. But on the other hand, he feels like if he were to push your buttons, like you would be just like this raging bull. If he keeps picking at you or picking at you or picking at you, you will rage. You will rage and you will let him know, hey, you can't do that. And so he definitely picks that up upon first impression. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. His first impressions of you. What's his first impression? Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, let me just tell you this. He definitely was checking you out big time in a very lustful way. He loves your body. He feels like you are in perfect proportion with your face and your body. He just feels like your entire package, aesthetics are very, very beautiful. And with the King of Wands showing up, also with Taurus here, Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, which is the planet of beauty and love. So he, upon first impression, he thought she was like very, very attractive. And he felt like, you know, he could be in love with you. So also here, this King of Wands energy, I do feel like what I'm picking up is that you charmed him and you didn't even know that you charmed him. He felt like you're very bold, even though you're not trying to be bold. You just have this confidence, this aura about you. And that shows up here also with the sun ruling over that bold and courageous, self-confident, self-assured, self-respectful sign of Leo. So it shows up here with the King of Wands energy as well. And he also, upon first impression, see you as a leader. Someone that could lead your own company because you look very well taken care of. You look like you're totally into self-care and taking care of yourself, your hair, your skin, your teeth. Like he just loves every element of your divine feminine nature. And so he feels like you could be a leader, like you could lead a company or an establishment. You could have your own company as well. So group 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. If it does, please leave a comment below because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart and they make my day. I am sending you lots of love and good energy.